I assure you, it is far more than that. It is a fundamental law of manifestation, a key to unlocking the creative power of your imagination. Let us begin by understanding the nature of reality itself. The world you see around you, the circumstances of your life, are nothing more than the outward manifestation of your inner states. Your consciousness is the one and only reality. Everything else, every person, every event, every condition is simply consciousness pushed out. This is the great secret of life, the foundation upon which all spiritual and material success is built. Now, when you understand this truth, you begin to see the immense power of your thoughts, your beliefs, and most importantly, your imagination. For it is in your imagination that you create the seeds of your future reality. What you imagine with feeling, with conviction, becomes the blueprint that your outer world must inevitably conform to. But here's where many people stumble. They have a desire, a goal, a vision of what they want to achieve. They imagine it vividly, they feel it to be real. And then, in their excitement, they make a critical mistake. They tell others about their plans. Why is this a mistake? You might ask, surely sharing our goals with others can provide support, accountability, encouragement. My dear friends, this is where we must dig deeper, where we must understand the subtle workings of consciousness and manifestation. You see, when you tell others about what you are about to do, about your plans and goals, you are in essence diffusing the creative power of your imagination. You are releasing the energy, the potency of your vision. It's like opening the oven door too soon when baking bread. The heat escapes, and the loaf fails to rise properly. Let me explain this principle in more detail. When you hold a desire, a goal, an intention in your mind, you're creating a seed in the fertile soil of your consciousness. This seed contains within it all the power and potential to grow into a full manifestation in your outer world. But like any seed, it needs time, nurturing, and the right conditions to germinate and grow. The act of keeping your intentions to yourself, of not telling anyone in advance about what you're about to do, is like providing a protective greenhouse for this delicate seed. You're giving it the space, the energy, the focused attention it needs to take root and begin to grow. When you share your plans prematurely, several things happen. First, you often receive the doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs of others. Even well-meaning friends and family may express concerns or skepticism that can plant seeds of doubt in your own mind. These doubts are like weeds that can choke out the growth of your desire. Secondly, by speaking about your plans, you may experience a false sense of accomplishment. The act of talking about what you're going to do can provide a temporary feeling of satisfaction, as if you've already achieved your goal. This can reduce your motivation and drive to actually do the work necessary to manifest your desire. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, when you speak about your plans, you are releasing the creative tension that is so crucial for manifestation. This tension, this charged state of potential, is what propels your desire from the realm of imagination into physical reality. By keeping your intentions to yourself, you maintain this creative tension, allowing it to build and intensify until it simply must burst forth into manifestation. Now, I want you to think back to a time when you had a dream, a goal, an intention that you held close to your heart. Perhaps it was a career aspiration, a creative project, or a personal transformation you wanted to undergo. Remember how it felt to hold that vision within you? To nurture it in the secret garden of your passion. Did you notice how alive it felt, how real and vibrant? That's the power of holding your vision within, of not diluting it by sharing it prematurely with others. It's as if your entire being becomes a crucible for transformation. Focusing all your energy and attention on the realization of your desire. Let me share a personal experience to illustrate this principle. Many years ago, I had a profound desire to share the truths I had discovered about the power of imagination and consciousness. I envisioned myself as a teacher, a lecturer, reaching thousands of people with this transformative knowledge. But I didn't tell anyone about this desire. Not my family, not my friends, not even my closest confidants. Instead, I held this vision within me, nurturing it in the fertile soil of my imagination. I would spend hours each day in what I call the state of the wish-fulfilled feeling, and experiencing what it would be like to already be this successful teacher and author. In my imagination, I saw myself standing before large audiences, sharing these profound truths. I felt the sense of purpose, the joy of helping others awaken to their own divine nature. I experienced the satisfaction of seeing my books in bookstores, of receiving letters from grateful readers whose lives have been transformed. All of this I did in the privacy of my own consciousness, telling no one of my plans or aspirations. And do you know what happened, my friends? Gradually, almost imperceptibly at first, my outer world began to conform to this inner vision. Opportunities arose, doors opened, and I found myself being invited to give small talks, then larger lectures, and eventually to write and publish books. The manifestation of my desire unfolded naturally, organically, as if it were the most obvious and inevitable thing in the world. And in a sense, it was inevitable because I had planted the seed so firmly in my consciousness and given it the perfect conditions to grow. Now I want you to understand that this principle of not telling anyone in advance about what you are about to do is not about being secretive or mistrustful of others. It's about understanding and respecting the laws of manifestation, the delicate process by which thoughts and imagination crystallize into physical reality. Think of it like this. When a caterpillar enters its cocoon to undergo its transformation into a butterfly, it doesn't announce its plans to the world. It doesn't seek validation or approval from other caterpillars. It simply goes within, trusts the process, and emerges when the transformation. You, my dear friends, are like that caterpillar. Your desires, your goals, your visions for your life are the blueprint for your transformation. By holding them within, by not sharing them prematurely, you are creating a sacred space for this transformation to occur. This is a crucial point I want you to understand. This principle doesn't mean you must be completely silent about your life or your aspirations. The key is timing. There is a time to be silent, to nurture your vision in private, and there is a time to declare your accomplishments to the world. The mistake many people make is in declaring their intentions before they have fully taken root in their own consciousness. They speak of what they're going to do rather than what they are doing or have done. The power lies in allowing your actions, your achievements to speak for themselves. When you have fully embodied your desire, when you have become in your consciousness the person who has already achieved your goal, then your words and actions will naturally align with this new state of being. At this point, sharing your journey can be powerful and inspiring to others. But until that point, until you have fully inhabited the state of your wish fulfilled, it's far more powerful to keep your intentions to yourself. This is not about deceiving others or being inauthentic. It's about respecting the creative process, about giving your desires the sacred space they need to gestate and come to fruition. Now, I can sense that some of you may be feeling a bit overwhelmed by this concept. You may be thinking, but Neville, how can I keep my plans entirely to myself? Don't I need support and encouragement from others? My dear friends, let me assure you, the great support, the most powerful encouragement comes from within. It comes from your unwavering faith in the creative power of your own consciousness. When you truly understand that your imagination is the one and only creative power in the universe, you realize that you need no external validation or support. This doesn't mean you must isolate yourself or reject the love and care of others. It simply means that you recognize the primacy of your own consciousness in shaping your reality. You understand that the most important conversation, the most crucial affirmation happens within your own mind. Let's explore this idea further. When you have a desire, a goal, an intention, where does it come from? It arises from within you, from your consciousness. It is, in essence, a communication from your higher self, from the divine aspect of your being. By keeping this communication private, by not sharing it prematurely with others, you are honoring this sacred dialogue between your human self and your divine self. Think of it like receiving a love letter. Would you immediately broadcast its contents to the world, Or would you hold it close to your heart, savoring each word, allowing its message to permeate your being? Your desires, your visions for your life, are like love letters from the universe. They deserve to be treasured, to be held sacred. Moreover, by keeping your intentions private, you are demonstrating faith in the creative process. You are saying to the universe, I trust in the power of my imagination. I know that what I've conceived in my mind will manifest in my reality. I need no external confirmation or validation. This faith, this unwavering belief in the power of your consciousness is the very fuel that propels your desires into manifestation. It creates a field of potential around you, a charged atmosphere in which miracles come. Now let's address a common concern that arises when discussing this principle. Some of you may be wondering, but what about the power of positive thinking? Aren't we supposed to affirm our goals and speak them into existence? Ah, my friends, this is where we must make a crucial distinction. Affirmations, positive self-talk, visualizations, these are all powerful tools when used correctly. But they are meant to be internal processes, not external declarations. When you affirm your desires, when you visualize your goals, you are speaking to your own subconscious mind. You are impressing upon your deeper consciousness the reality you wish to experience. This is a private, internal dialogue. It's not meant to be broadcast to the world. In fact, the most powerful affirmations are those that are felt rather than spoken. It's not about repeating words mechanically, but about feeling the reality of your desire as if it were already accomplished. This feeling, this emotional conviction, is what truly impresses your subconscious mind and sets the wheels of manifestation in motion. So, when I say don't tell anyone in advance about what you're about to do, I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't engage in positive self-talk or affirmations. I'm saying that these practices are most powerful when kept private, when they remain an intimate conversation between you and your own consciousness. Let's delve even deeper into this concept. When you hold your intentions within, when you nurture them in the secret garden of your imagination without sharing them prematurely, you are in essence creating a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. And this void you create by not speaking about your plans exerts a powerful attractive force. It's as if the universe itself conspires to fill this vacuum, to bring into manifestation that which you hold so clearly and powerfully in your consciousness. By not dissipating your energy through talk, you concentrate it, focus it, make it more potent. Think of it like a pressure cooker. When you seal in the heat and pressure, you create the perfect conditions for transformation. The food cooks faster, becomes more tender, more flavorful. In the same way, by sealing your intentions within your consciousness, you create the perfect conditions for rapid and powerful manifestation. Now, I want to address another aspect of this principle that is often overlooked. When you don't tell anyone in advance about what you're about to do, you free yourself from the expectations and opinions of others. This is incredibly liberating and empowering. You see, when you share your plans with others, you often unconsciously seek their approval or validation. You may find yourself adjusting your vision to fit their expectations or to avoid their criticism. This can dilute the purity and power of your original intention. Moreover, by keeping your plans to yourself, you maintain the flexibility to adjust and evolve your vision as you go along. You're not locked into a publicly declared goal or timeline. You can listen to your inner guidance, follow your intuition, and allow your desire to unfold naturally without feeling pressured to stick to a plan you've announced to others. This flexibility, this freedom to follow your inner guidance is crucial in the manifestation process. Remember, the goal is not to rigidly adhere to a specific plan, but to manifest the essence of your desire. The universe often has ways of fulfilling our desires that are far more wonderful and creative than we could have imagined. By keeping your intentions private, you remain open to these divine surprises. You allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to work on your behalf, bringing about your desire in ways that may exceed your initial vision. Let me share another personal experience to illustrate this point. Many years ago, I had a deep desire to travel and share my teachings with a wider audience. In my imagination, I saw myself lecturing in various cities across the country. But I didn't tell anyone about this desire. I simply held it within, feeling the joy and fulfillment of already living this reality. Now, had I shared this plan with others, they might have suggested practical steps, booking venues, advertising, arranging transportation. And while these are all valid approaches, they would have limited the infinite possibilities available to me. Instead, by keeping my desire private, I remained open to the universe's infinite creativity. And do you know what happened? I received an unexpected invitation to speak at a conference in a city I had never visited before. This led to more invitations, more opportunities. And soon I found myself traveling and teaching just as I had imagined, but in a way that was far more effortless and joyful than I could have planned on my own. This, my dear friends, is the power of holding your vision within, of not telling anyone in advance about what you're about to do. You allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to orchestrate the perfect unfolding of your desire. Now, as we approach the conclusion of our discussion, I want to leave you with a practical exercise to help you implement this principle in your own life. Tonight, before you go to sleep, I want you to choose one desire, one goal, one vision for your life that you've been holding in your heart. So this desire clearly in your mind's eye. Feel what it would be like to have already achieved this goal. Experience the joy, the satisfaction, the sense of fulfillment. Make it as real and vivid as possible in your imagination. Now make a sacred commitment to yourself. Decide that you will hold this vision within, that you will not speak of it to anyone until it has manifested in your reality. Feel the power of this decision, the sense of focus and intention it creates within you. As you go about your days, continue to nurture this vision in your imagination. Feel it, live it internally, but do not speak of it. Notice how this creates a sense of creative tension, a charged field of potential around you. Pay attention to the opportunities that arise, the synchronicities that occur. Trust your intuition, follow your inner guidance. Allow the universe to surprise and delight you with the means of fulfilling your desire. And when your desire has manifested, when your vision has become your reality, then you can share your story. Then your words will have the power of accomplished facts behind them, inspiring and uplifting others. Remember, my dear friends, you are not simply human beings living in a physical world. You are divine beings, temporarily expressing yourselves in human form. You have within you the very power that created the universe. By keeping your intentions private, by not telling anyone in advance about what you're about to do, you are honoring this divine power within you. You are saying to the universe, I trust in the creative power of my consciousness. I know that what I can conceive and believe, I can achieve. I need no external validation or support. My faith in the law of manifestation is absolute. This trust, this faith, this unwavering belief in the power of your own consciousness is the key to unlocking the infinite potential within you. It is the secret to living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. So go forth, my friends, and create your reality from within. Hold your visions sacred. Nurture them in the fertile soil of your imagination. Don't tell anyone in advance about what you're about to do. Instead, let your achievements speak for themselves. Let your transformed life be a testament to the power of this principle. You know the operant power in your world. Your consciousness is the one and only reality. Everything else, every person, every circumstance, every condition is simply consciousness pushed out. By mastering your inner world, by directing your imagination with intention and faith, you become the master of your destiny. Thank you, and may God bless you all.